Hello. Hi. How's everyone? How's everyone doing? Oop, that music is quite loud for me. Let me turn it down for you as well. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Nice. So, hello. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, my seekers, my quesadillas, my amigos. Oh, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm remembering to do that now. Ooh, nice. Okay, so yeah, Sad Willow popped in earlier as well as Aya to say that they wanted to say they're looking forward to it, but they can't make it today. Lara, hi Lara, welcome. Fred, of course, Fred's internet is also acting up, so hopefully Fred can hold on for a little bit longer. Shiro, welcome Shiro, and of course Lysandra. And I miss, you always sneak in there right as I start. Like, just as every time I think I'm about to finish, it's like, and then Amos goes, hi, over here in the back. So, everyone, please, let me know how your day's going. I'm doing bad. Yes, we are also learning about Zenai today. It's going to be a bit of a mix because, I know I spent a lot of time talking about the Seraphs last time, but we didn't even, touch on how the society functions or anything like that. And, Lara's amazing art with Zenai is so good. I want to just spend a couple minutes chatting about her. But yeah, today is gonna have to be a short one for me as well. So I don't think this today's stream is gonna go much longer than an hour. So no worries. Also, let's change songs a little bit. Let's go with BGM. There we go. So yeah, please let me know how your guys' days are going. I do actually read the comments. I know I ask that, and then sometimes people say it and I don't respond. But when I go back and reread it, I'm like, ah. Still, I'm getting better. Okay. So, yeah, today is just going to be a lore stream, and then on Tuesday we will continue my Doom. It turns out that the whole Detroit Become Human thing had nothing to do with my tilting. As much as you guys want to blame the tilt, it wasn't the tilt. The NVIDIA released some driver changes like a few weeks ago, and it completely broke the game. Like, the developers actually started posting on the Steam forums last week or 2 weeks ago that they need help. They need as much data as they can because the game is crashing for everyone on PC. So yeah, it's apparently a major driver issue. I downloaded the latest one and it only crashed once. So I'm gonna keep going. But if we have another miserable stream like before with all the crashes, then yeah, I'm gonna have to put Detroit on pause. But hopefully it won't be that bad. I've also cleaned up the heck with my computer. There was a virus. There was one, but I got rid of it. I did a deep level scan. Oh, I have so many questions. Oh, of course. Please, feel free to ask as many questions as you want during these streams, because this is a combination of lore plus just chatting, right? I want to chat to you guys. I want you guys to show your interest in this world. If you have any questions, I can try and answer it. I can't answer everything. There was a virus, just one. It snuck in, and I have purged it. Yeah, I did a whole bunch of scans. I did an offline Windows scan, so it rebooted the whole PC without anything else running. And then I also did a Malwarebytes scan. I also used some of the donations to buy an optimizer, so I've completely cleaned up my PC as well. So yeah, hope it all works. No, Lara, I don't watch that. No, go away. It's called hentai, and it's art. Oh man, well, which reference was that from? I just remember that being on the internet and people making that joke. Okay, seriously. So, no, Mina May, come on. It's not that bad. I mean, at least two of them are the Honey Pop games, and I never even played those. The Office. Right. I can if you ask me to remember any 3D TV series, I just kind of forget because they all look the same to me. Okay. One person said, "Have you seen Friends?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I think I can recognize How I Met Your Mother and Malcolm in the Middle, but not many more. Oh, no. Okay, stop it, you guys. Stop it. Let's pop to the library for a second. You guys, why? Okay, can we move on from that Steam library? I'm going to unpin Lara's Reddit post. But thank you, Lara, for making another Reddit post. I will do the same once you return. Speaking of which, Lara, when are you coming back? Like, end of September? Please be like September or something. Because, like, we miss you. We miss you a lot. Okay. You will watch Brooklyn 99 one day, and I will make you. Ah, yes. I can see myself strapped down to a chair with those devices that hold my eyes open, and Lara will be like, watch and enjoy. And then, like, when I get a small break, it switches over to the different channel, and they'll just be Vocaloid characters. It'll be like, you will watch and enjoy. Yes, well, yeah, Lara, please let us know when you're planning on returning. Okay. So, yes, why is that still there? Like, I unpinned it, and yet my chat does not want to forget it. Give it a moment, it'll go away, hopefully. Also, hello, Sad Widow. Oh, of course. Okay, so, library time. No, Red Room. Which is not the kind of Red Room you're thinking of. Get your head out of the gutter, people. Okay, so let's go with old. Sweet. So, as you guys know, I'm from Sorors. And that's the sister world to Earth, the cross-dimensional thing. I mean, we covered this before where it... Come on. Why? Just a moment. Of course. The moment I want to do something, it just immediately stops. Just a sec. Bam. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. We're in a pandemic. I literally don't know when. Okay. True. That's very true. Okay. So, well, now it would work? Yes, it does. Okay, excellent. So, as you guys know, Sorors is a sibling world to Earth. There are various parallels. You know, I'm just recapping in case people come here and they haven't watched the previous Law stream. So, yeah, parallel worlds, a gateway between the two of them. All of the magic in Earth got pulled into Sorors, and because of humanity's stuff up. But as a consequence of that, all of the primal beasts got turned into humanoids. That was known as the Age of Freedom. The Age of Freedom, when Seraphs were giant six-winged owls and phoenixes were phoenixes. Anyway, so about Zenai. Yes, we're getting there. So, as you know, this is what a Seraph looks like when they have 4 wings. 4 wings is kinda like the highest that most achieve. There, we can have 6 wings, but it's a very, very rare circumstance. And I'm not going to go into details on what happens when we get a 6 wings, because I am working on a book. And if you guys really, really want to know what happens when a Seraph gets 6 wings, you're going to have to read it. So yeah, most of the time, like, high-level Seraphs will reach 4 wings, which is about as powerful as our 6th winged former ones. So, we never touched on the society and how they kind of fit into Sorors. And there's a bit of a reason why a lot of other societies tend to associate Seraphs with the divine and, like, godly beings and such like that, is because we tend to live, like, really high up on mountains, and we have various academies all over the place. And the nice thing about our biology is, because we're so lightweight and we absorb so much physical energy through our wings, is that we don't require that much food. And we also, because of the way where we live, not many other societies would even want to bother causing trouble with us, because who wants to send an army up a near vertical cliff face? Let's be honest. Also, the usefulness of our Seraph children when they are searching for their purpose makes us very popular with pretty much every other society. They usually are welcome the children with open arms, because they know that, besides the free labor, Seraphs are very tenacious in our desire to learn and help out. So we run several academies and gather knowledge. And the way that we, like, trade currencies is often people will, societies and such will come to us looking for solutions. They will propose a problem, and the Seraphs will use their great, vast libraries of knowledge that they've gathered from the children, thank you, to come up with a solution to the problem. So they're often various royalties and leadership classes will send their children, or will spend time learning in the lower tiers of the academies in order to, like, study in our schools, because the schooling system with the Seraphs is regarded as one of the best. And many rulers want to, like, learn from the wisdom and the philosophy and all of that we've spent centuries gathering, essentially. Of course, I say lower levels because some Seraph societies are so high up that the majority of species can't even breathe up there, like, comfortably. I think the phoenixes can visit us pretty much anytime, anywhere, but not many others can get to the very top. So obviously that's where we store our most important information. Anyway, so yes, this is that's a very, very quick and dirty rundown on how Seraph society works. Is we trade information and knowledge and wisdom, and because we don't and yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, you just reminded me, because we're getting to Zenai. We don't usually fight or cause problems because, like, again, once our wings start absorbing energy, it's kind of an AoE thing, you know. It's we can't prevent friendly fire or collateral damage. So yeah, if you're standing next to a Seraph when it decides to go into like combat mode, you're gonna freeze to death pretty quickly. So yeah, most of the time we very rarely need to fight or cause battles, but when we do, there's a reason why we get associated with the divine. Yeah, of course. Speaking of fighting Seraphs, we have a Seraph who loves to fight. And yes, Zenai von Iceland, and she is one of the only Seraphs who has von in her title, because despite 4 wings granting us a pseudo-nobility title, it's more like a administrative title, if anything. The von basically signifies combat. So General Zenai von Iceland is a 4-winged Seraph who is essentially our army. We don't need anyone else but her. Because if anybody does cause trouble with a Seraph academy or school or brood, Zenai will head over there and deal with the problem. Usually far quicker than she prefers. Hey. No. We're getting to the beautiful background. Don't worry. We're getting there. We're getting there. The usefulness of the children. Yes, Miname. Our society is structured a little differently. I can't blame it. Like, I know you humans tend to associate the Seraphs with religious connotations, but that's not really the case. As you can tell, our understandings of childcare and safety are a little different to yours. But yes. Oh, hi Vanilla. Welcome to the Law Stream today. So yeah, Zenai von Iceland, the general herself. Let's have a look at her stats, shall we? So yes, she is a combat Seraph, which is extremely rare. And yeah, she's 436, so she's pretty old. Okay, just as a reminder, Arista, her younger sister, is barely in her 20s. Okay, like her 27, 28 or so is Arista's age. So yeah, Zenai's parents, Zenai and Arista's parents actually passed away a long time ago. As Seraphs, we are immortal in the sense that we can stop our aging, but we can die. There is no true immortality in this world, or in any world, really. Anything and everything can die in a literal or metaphorical sense. Like, even the gods can be basically imprisoned, and if you can't do anything or go anywhere, you're effectively dead. So yeah, not even the gods can truly escape death or some form of it, iteration of it. So yeah, Zenai and Arista's parents passed away, and it took decades for Arista to eventually hatch. So Zenai took responsibility for raising Arista. So she's an older sister, but at the same time is a pseudo-parental figure, which is probably why I to say should have stepped around eggshells around her. Would have been a wise move. But yes, Vine can't die. You know, Vine is dead, Lara. I'm sorry. Yeah, they abuse children. No. Hi, did he get Seraph culture cancelled yet? No. Seraph... you guys try to cancel me every dang week. It's not gonna happen. My say-so card is recovering. Okay? I am working very hard to recover my say-so. Even if you guys in the chat are trying to talk about my Steam games again. Shut the F up. I'm sorry, Lara. You've got to move on past the vine. It withered on the vine. Okay. I'm gonna get in trouble if I keep that up. So, yeah, she's 436, which means she's more than 4 times older than me. She has a lot of experience. Never. Okay. So, I'm gonna switch the song down a little bit. And we will go with, let's go with Sunny. Okay. So, yes, Zenai, her single purpose in life that she discovered was to fight. And her external studies, as we call them, the societal group that eventually accepted her, is the Kork clan. That is an orc clan, to be more specific. And I'm not going to talk about the orcs too much. I want to actually save them for their own stream as well. But yeah, the Kork, I hate pronouncing that. Kork, the Kork clan. Yeah, they were the ones that raised her. So before we get to her backstory, let's have a look at some concept art that Lara did when I proposed it to her. So this was the one that we eventually went with. Like, I just thought the camera angle, the powerful pose, the fact that she's left-handed as well, that was a nice touch from Lara. And as soon as Lara told me that she made her left-handed, I was just like, yes! My, I know a little bit about sword fighting, and, fencers who are left-handed are an absolute nightmare for everyone else because they're so used practicing against other people who are right-handed that when they come across someone who's left-handed, it completely throws them off because all of their practice basically goes out the window. So Zenai being left-handed is a freaking genius move from Lara. And I'm just like, yep, that's canon now. That is absolutely canon. Okay. Yes, I did save the sketches. So this was another early concept of her movement. The idea is that she absolutely loves to fight. Like, that's when she feels most alive, is when she's in combat. So that sort of crazy energy, almost like death ballet. Not quite Doomslayer, but... So here's another one of her being, like, all proud and standing tall. And... this one was also close. Like, it was a tough call between this one and the other one. But I thought this one was maybe a little bit too piratey, maybe? But, I mean, still amazing. Like, it was very, very close. I sat there for ages deciding which ones to go with. But yeah, definitely captures her crazy energy with her expression there. And yes, she wields a rapier. A type of very thin sword, for those of you who don't know. Usually focuses on thrusting attacks, so piercing damage. Not sweeping or cleaving or cutting, but rather piercing and hitting vital organs like the throat, the eyes, the lungs, the heart, all of that. You like the one when she's standing a lot still. This one. Or this one. This one ultimately was my favorite one. Okay, so obviously this is how the final version turned out, which is amazing. Okay, so what the heck is going on here? Well, she has 4 wings, which means she can absorb enough energy to cause a small blizzard in the area around her. Pretty much, if you're standing next to her, you're going to be practically entombed in ice. She can that's how much energy she can absolutely absorb. It's on the same scale as a 6-winged ancient Seraph. So yeah, that's a lot of power that she can generate. But on top of that, she has something very, very unique due to the fact that she was raised by the Koch clan. They have it's sort of a thunder lightning-based magic, and they taught it to her, and she's using this to amplify her body. But before we get into the details of that, I would like to read her backstory. So, just give me a moment. Also, how is the connection? Everything's good. Okay, cool. Boop, 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 boop. So, brief backstory. Okay, so over 4 centuries ago, Zenai descended the mountain to begin her first studies. She was an unruly child that many of the staff at the academy were relieved to see gone. In truth, they had allowed her to leave a year earlier than usual because of her troublesome nature. It was an event Zenai welcomed, for the quick-to-anger child often felt the pious ways of the Seraph to be suffocating. So yeah, she was essentially kicked out the mountain early for being a troublemaker, and she was perfectly happy with that because she just wanted to get away from the stuffy elders. And she's just like, let me out, let me be free, let me find my wings and my purpose. So yeah, even before she had her first set of wings, she was causing some troubles. How do you write that clan's, write the name of that clan? Okay, let me go back just a second. Here we go. The Kork. The orcs are quite primal. I'm not going to go into too much detail about them, but a lot of the orcs language and naming system is based on the natural sound of it. So the Kork clan is basically their interpretation of the word thunder, of lightning, the booming, the striking of it. So that's why it's pronounced Kork, because it's like that zap, that when it lands. So I struggle to pronounce it, but if you were to hear if you were to stand by an orc and it pronounced this, it would feel like you actually were hit by thunder. That's just how like deep their voices can go and the amount of power that their lungs can emanate. So when they say the name Kork, it's like you've been hit by lightning. So not literally, but it feels like that with the rumble, especially from their base. So they're a very, very prideful clan as well. So as you can tell, Zenai fit right in. Okay. So, I can tell now that there's going to be like a montage of everyone seeing me trying to pronounce Kork. Okay, so finally free to discover her purpose, she set about in search of a civilization, as all Seraph children do. They want to try and find somewhere that's going to accept them so they can start learning immediately to try and find out what their purpose is. But for Zenai, several years passed as she struggled to find somewhere that she could fit in as herself. She always even though she was kicked out a year early because she didn't fit in with the other Seraphs, she found it just as difficult to fit in with the other societies. They were all so heavily bound in rules and structures and manners and systems, and it just didn't feel right to her. Like, she couldn't understand why you had to hold your knives and forks in certain ways, why you had to stand in line if you wanted something, why you had to freaking listen to the guards because they were holding the swords. She just didn't get it. She didn't like it. She hated all of these sort of bureaucratic processes that she couldn't quite understand as a child. But as a result of this, she never felt like she was fitting in at all. And she struggled for several years, just wandering from city to city, civilization to civilization, learning, always learning, but never finding her purpose. So, let's see. She couldn't understand why you can't stab people. Exactly, Lara. See, Lara gets it. Lara gets it. Someone clip that noise. Oh, gosh. A compilation at 9N, how intense he says Kork. One day, I'll do some proper voice acting for it so you guys can hear the boom of it, but that's going to take a lot of practice. Okay. So yeah, one evening she was at a town, a dwarven town, and it was raided by an orc band. And she was sitting by the windowsill watching the fighting between the dwarven guards and the orcs battling each other. And for the first time in a long time, she finally felt a spark of excitement inside of her. So she left the safety of the tavern and actually traveled to get closer to the battle, to witness everything, to memorize it, to learn. So as she's watching them fight and everything, eventually the orcs finished their raid and left. And Zenai decided to follow them. So she tracked them through the wilderness and eventually stumbled across their camp. Lara says she can relate, right? So when Zenai just strolled into the middle of an orc camp after a successful raid and they're busy celebrating, as you can imagine, they immediately assumed that she was there to, steal what they had stolen. So the orcs immediately tried to attack the Seraph child. But Zenai, being so lightweight, was too nimble and quick, especially from the years that she'd spent at the academy, dodging the elder Seraphs from trying to capture her and punish her for her misbehaving ways. So despite their best efforts, the orcs really struggled to apprehend her. And eventually she was backed into a corner and she used one of the swords that she'd picked up from a fallen dwarven guardsman. And she essentially fought her first battle, her first to the death fight. And she gained the upper hand and slew one of the orcs who was battling her. And this was the first time she'd ever taken a life. And it was the first time she'd ever felt the true thrill of a fight to the death. And as a result of this, she immediately gained her first set of wings. Yeah. When I say Zenai be crazy, Zenai be crazy. Let me put on this song while we're listening here. So, elated at the fact that she'd finally discovered her purpose, she turned to face the rest of the orcs. But to her surprise, they sort of backed down. But not out of fear or concern, but more out of respect. more of an admiration. They realized this wasn't some child, this wasn't some thief, this wasn't some weakling that had stumbled into the camp, but this was an actual warrior, an actual fighter. So they decided to show her respect. So they sheathed their weapons, they stopped their fighting, they stopped surrounding her. And although now Zenai was rearing to go, she understood that she had finally found a group that understood her, that respected her in the way that she truly wished. Even though she had literally just killed one of the members of their clans, they were okay with that, as Lara would say. They were okay with her just stabbing people. So, yes, Zenai had finally found a civilization for which she could refine her purpose. Now, unfortunately, this came at a bit of a problem because, as we discussed in the previous stream, once a Seraph obtains their set of wings, they're supposed to immediately return to the academy to, continue their education there. But Zenai, having spent so many years searching and finally finding someone who would accept her, she was not going to go right back straight away. And this is very atypical for Seraphs. Usually they cannot wait to return. It's usually a big celebratory moment, a sort of coming of age type thing. Whereas, well, again, as we understand, Zenai has always been a little bit different. She chose violence. So she stayed with the Orc clan, the Kork clan. And the longer she stayed with them and the more raids she participated in and the more of their ways she came to understand that they weren't just simple, violent, brutish society, but they actually had a lot of traditions, a lot of values, of which I'm not going to discuss today. But she came to really value how they saw their worldview and how they treated others and how they gained strength. And eventually she was fully accepted into the clan as a family member, as a clan member, even though she was a Seraph. And this is like one of the few times in history where an Orc clan has accepted a non-Orc into them, as part of them. So they taught her the magics, which is unique to every single Orc clan. And for this one, the Kork clan was their thunder and lightning magic. So as a true Orc, Zenai was given their most secret and most prized knowledge, which was how to use their lightning and thunder magic. Now, as you can imagine, the biology of a Seraph, in combination with this magic, is truly, truly frightening. What it does is that it allows her to channel physical energy within her to generate lightning, to generate electricity. And Zenai uses this to amplify her physical attributes. So she can move faster, she can strike harder, and if you touch her, you get electrocuted, which obviously is terrible if you try to block one of her attacks. You have to dodge. You have to dodge. If you're faster than her, you have to dodge. So, yes, she is absolutely frightening. Of course, this comes at a consequence because Seraphs are extremely lightweight. We're only about 40 or so kilograms. So such raw magic, which is usually handled by our wings, but channeling that through our flesh and bones is not safe at all. So Zenai is often like tearing her muscles and her ligaments and everything when she does use this magic. Like she is pushing herself to the very edge of what's acceptable. So yeah, if she's not careful, she could easily like lose an arm from like the sheer amount of force that she's exerting on herself when she uses this combination of magic. But a result of this, because she can absorb practically infinite amount of energy from her wings and channel that into lightning, you can understand why she's a one-woman army. Yes, she is probably one of the very reasons why Seraphs are associated with the divine. Yes, Zenai is terrifying. And as you can imagine, when I had my scuffle with her, I did not stand a chance. So yeah, I was not satisfying enough. I did not survive very long. Thankfully, I lived, but I had to flee to another world. So yes, oh right. So yeah, that's how her magic works, and that the clan taught her. And I'm gonna change to this song. Because eventually she realized that she had to return to the academy. Why is the song not playing? Oh, song is broken. Okay, next song then. We'll go with this one. Okay, so Zenai eventually had to return to the academy, as all Seraph children eventually do, because if she didn't, she wouldn't be able to learn how to use the immortality magics from her wings, because she still only had one pair of wings, right? So, elated and thrilled, she was, whoops, sorry, my bad, wrong part of the story. Anyway, so yeah, despite the pain and risks of using the thunder magic of the Cork clan, she loved the thrill of testing her absolute limits. So she eventually... Oh, sorry, someone else has a question. Minime, I'm sorry you say you are so fragile, and I think of SpongeBob, that one fish whose bones are broken legs and arms. Not that bad. Not that bad, but we are birds, so our bones are hollow. Just remember that, okay? Okay, so Zenai eventually returned to the academy, and to the horror of all of the staff, of her teachers, of pretty much everyone there, this unruly child that they thought would become a little more humanized, for lack of a better word, who would become a little more civilized, had returned as a blood-crazed marauder. So yes, it was pretty much legendary to everyone there that her wings had somehow remained unstained, that her feathers had remained pure white, despite the fact that she had become practically a blood-crazed marauder. So, the fact that her wings didn't turn at all was probably due to the fact that the traditions and worldviews of the orcs saw this as a natural part of life. So she felt no guilt or remorse for her actions, which, as you can imagine, wasn't taken so well by the academy staff. So the council of her particular school, the High Council of Wings, essentially ordered her to complete several more years of studies to adjust her rather twisted worldview and to, of course, as all Seraph children do, refine their purpose. Now, Zenai might be a blood-crazed marauder who loves to fight, but she's not stupid in the slightest. In fact, one of her sharpest and most terrifying abilities is just how sharp her mind is. She is exceptionally aware of what's going on around her. Even as a child, she understood what was going on. So, she knew that the old birds at the top of the academy and in the Council of Wings were not going to accept her if she revealed everything that she had learned about the Cork clan, about their ways, about what her purpose was. So, she decided to cave in to all of their demands, except for one. She was not going to give up on her love for battle. So she pretended to begrudgingly accept all of their conditions, except she told them that her discovered purpose in life was to master swordplay. And in order to make this lie all the more convincing, she chose to study in the art of the rapier, a weapon ever so far removed from the orcs. And this lie was truthful enough and believable enough that the High Wing Council believed her and allowed her to continue refining her purpose, because it would be an absolute tragedy to deny a Seraph fulfilling their true purpose. So, as you can see, Zenai is not only sharp on the battle, but also sharp in the politics. And after several centuries of this, she's only gotten more terrifying. So, while she declared that she would master the rapier, it was a weapon so far removed from the orcs that it concealed her true nature, which is simply to fight. So, 400 years passed, and her temperament became far more refined, far more elegant, far more sophisticated, and that allowed her to be far more cunning in the political battlefield. She achieved the title of Von when she unlocked her second pair of wings. She dueled many swordsmen from across Sorors, and upon defeating practically all of them, she had attained her fourth set of wings. And as a result of this, the Academy was just like, okay, fine, you win. You can be in charge of our defenses. You are now of a noble rank. We give you the title of Von. You can defend Seraph kind. So, Sakura, welcome Sakura, and K-Red, welcome to the stream. I'm so sorry it took me a while to describe it. As you can see, I'm very, very passionate about my characters, and Zenai is one of my favorites. Even though she did stab me in the stomach. She's very dangerous and powerful. Oh, yes. So now that her cunning was as sharp as her sword, and with the Von Iceland name now known practically across every academy on the planet, Sorors eventually found a new responsibility placed upon her lap, and that was the fact that Arista had recently hatched. So this was, it says here that Arista was 22 years ago. So yeah, Arista is apparently 22 years old, people. Oh man, I completely forgot. It's so hard to keep track of the ages once you stop aging, like the number itself kind of becomes meaningless. But anyway, so yeah, Arista hatched 22 years ago, and Zenai found new responsibilities placed upon her, and she became extremely protective of Arista. And it's because Zenai still held a lot of respect for her parents, because despite all the troubles that she got up at the academy, her parents always supported her despite this. So one of the few people that Zenai actually respected were her parents, and after they passed, she felt that the final way to honor her parents for the kindness that they showed her was to take care of Arista for her parents. So yes, oh god, Sakura, please, no! You don't have to go there. You don't have to go there. It's different with society, with Seraph society, okay? We stop aging. I mean, Zenai is 436, okay? Let's see. Yeah, 436, okay? And I'd still date her if she wasn't trying to kill me. Okay. Cancelled already. Here we go, not my good boy. Every stream. Okay, why is this song not playing? There we go. I'll play this song. Okay, 78-year difference. Stop it. 76. Okay, so there was an idiot who recently tried to get too close to Arista. A fool who had recently joined the council and was rising rather quickly up the social ranks. Zenai took the opportunity without hesitation, using their blooming scandalous relationship as a perfect excuse to also remove a potential threat to her own ascension within the academy. So yes, as you can see, when she fought me, there was more than one motivation at play. She considered me a threat. The fact that I was actually doing pretty well at the academy with my newly placed position in charge of the academic section, and I was about to enter the Council of Wings, and that's something that Zenai has been aiming for a long time. Obviously, the current council doesn't trust her even after 400 years, but they're running out of excuses for her. She's been working the politics to the point where they're practically at this point unable to deny her entry onto the council itself. So the fact that I was rising so quickly kind of pissed her off. And also she saw me as a threat. And the fact that I got close to Arista. As you can see, it was just an absolute worst combination of mistakes from me. So yeah, she used my scandalous relationship with Arista as a perfect opportunity to remove me from the game. It hurt. She cut me in so many ways. But yeah, she also separated me from Arista, so she won in so many. She won everything, okay? Zenai might be crazy, but my god, does she know how to play the game. Scandalous, I know. Yes, this scandal. Can you see that? She put a blanket on me while I was asleep. So scandalous. She may have even given me a head pat without me knowing. But yeah, Arista, she has only one pair of wings. She cut me in so many ways. Yes, she did. On the head, on the stomach, on the leg. It took a long time to heal, okay? Especially since I lost my wings. I was so desperate. My emotions were all over the place. My wings turned black from just current objective survive. So yeah, I was very, very upset by what was going on during that moment. So yeah, my wings dyed black, but she didn't get a single bloody dang feather. So yeah, my aspirations of joining the council kind of got cut short. She's baby, too young for you, Jono. Don't ever associate with me on my child. Wait, how quickly do you guys age? Well, that's the thing, right? Is that you humans place so much value on age, but once a Seraph gets their first set of wings, we can practically stop our ability to age. So the effects of aging no longer apply to us. We could technically live forever, but it's very, very unlikely because we still can suffer mortal wounds. So yeah, Seraphs can be killed. We can die in battle. We can yeah, I definitely know we can come close to death in battle. But I think that is a perfect segue to the actual topic for today, which is the second great birds of immortality. And again, the title of immortality is a bit of a stretch. So, and that's Arista, by the way. That's in her chibi form. Oh, by the way, would you guys like to have Arista as one of the donation chibis? Like when she pops up, when you guys like donate or we have a new subscriber, I could add Arista over here into that if you'd like it. Miname says, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sakura. Come on. Sakura. It's not that. Chat. Stop it. Stop. It's not that bad. My gosh. You guys go to like the worst possible extreme. What's it? Arista is 22, okay? 22. Gosh. Okay. So, before we can talk about the Phoenix today, I want to just go over magic again a little bit. So, Seraphs are regarded as one of the highest beings when it comes to using physical magic. Our wings allow us to absorb so much physical energy that, we are one of the top tier ranks when it comes to the use of physical magic. But the Phoenix went down a different path. The spiritual magic. And physical magic is pretty obvious. You know, the earth and reality, there's electrons and energy transfer, and you know, energy can't be created or lost. It can only be changed or redirected. So that's kind of how physical magic works. It's very, very similar to your basis of physics that you have here on Earth. Also, let me catch up with the chat. Oh gosh, Lara's police emojis are there. Feels like my streams. Oh, I see. Yes, I think Arista donation chibi would be very cute. Okay. What I can do is I could also add in like one of her voice lines that I have. So she has a voice line, thanks for the tip. So she goes, thanks for the tip. So yeah, I can add that in. I can add that in as well. Okay. Oh, hello, Daniel. Hey, brother. How you doing? Jono Funk of this world, memory resonance time. Hey, Daniel. How you doing? So yeah, we're busy chatting about the lore of my universe. Okay, so the way that spiritual magic works is a little bit different. So you know how I said that there's physics energy, right? And that's physical magic, obviously. Well, then there is spiritual energy or emotional energy, right? So emotional energy comes from the desires and wishes and beliefs of all living beings in Sorors. And this emotional energy can unintentionally be imbued and stored within other creatures or even objects. So the mythical beasts that use spiritual magic are all incredibly fascinating. And the first ones we'll be talking about are the Seraphs. But before we can actually get there, it's kind of important to explain, but let me also turn off the music for this part. So there's 3 most powerful symbols in the world of Sorors. There is obviously the sun, there is the moon, and then there is Sorors itself, the planet itself. The amount of emotional energy that has been directed, gathered, and collected and imbued into these 3 entities is unlike anything else, except for maybe some deities. But the deities we are not going to touch at all today. So yes, the moon itself carries power, the sun itself carries power, the earth itself carries power, Sorors itself carries a lot of spiritual power that's been embedded into it due to the beliefs and superstitions and values and desires and objects of all the living creatures on it. And Sorors has a, let's see. Daniel says, we can't cancel Jono. His powers are too strong. You can't defend me here. They cancel me pretty much every day now. Thanks for the tip. Yes. Oh gosh, soccer. I just realized what you meant. Chat, calm yourselves. Gosh. Okay, so on Sorors, there is an eclipse that happens every 25 years. The moon itself rotates around the planet exactly every 25 years. And as a result of this, the alignment of the sun, the moon, and Sorors itself is obviously a big, significant event for a lot of creatures. And there is a lot of spiritual and emotional energy that is channeled during this particular time. And that is what the Phoenix do. So during the Age of Freedom, again, the Age of Freedom was 3,200 years ago and further back. There were no humans, there were many sentient creatures, and plenty of magic to go around. And today we're going to be talking about the Phoenix. The Phoenix were birds of flame. They were actually once upon a time almost related. There's a theory that there was one great bird that split into the path of the Seraphs and the path of the Phoenix. So there's no actual proof of this. It's a hypothesis that's many of the scholars within the Seraph Academies debate over. But the fact that we both found immortality in completely different ways highly suggests that we may have come from the same genus. Okay, so this is what the Phoenix used to look like during the Age of Freedom. They were, of course, giant flame-colored birds. And again, I say giant, they can pick up a horse with their talons. Now, the fascinating thing about the Phoenix is that they spin their souls. And to explain this properly is that Seraphs are actually extremely vulnerable to dying when they're young. When they're hatched from the eggs, they are actually extremely brown and plain and very fragile, right? And they can only hatch during an eclipse because of all of the magic that's channeled during that time, and they remain a vulnerable chick. So they will develop and grow throughout the 25 years of their life. They will grow, but they are vulnerable to death because it's only after they experience their first eclipse beyond the one where they hatched from is when they instinctively spin their souls. They actually are able to weld the fabric of their being to connect life and death. And once they do this, their brown plumage falls away to reveal the flaming, famous red feathers of the Phoenix. And as a result of this, whenever they die, they will always return to that same physical state that they were when they first transformed. So, Phoenixes are extremely vulnerable for the first 25 years of their life. Let's see. Dude, you got to explain the gods. Yeah, we'll get to the gods one day. Let's just get through the mortal beings first. Phoenix, yes. There might be one in my world who's called Right, just as an Easter egg. Us calm ourselves in what reality? That's true. Vanilla joins the chat, family friendly, only a few streams ago. They are already just as sinful as the rest of us. Yes. Oh, I've been seeing you guys posting on my Discord. I really need to delete the temporary chat. So if you guys want to save anything from there, do so now, because I'm going to clean it out tomorrow. Okay, so yeah. Basically, the Seraphs instinctively, during their first eclipse that they witness themselves, will spin their souls together, and that's when they obtain mortality. Now, the way that Phoenix actually used to lay eggs and whatnot is that they have a natural predator. The dragons, as you can see up here. Let's actually go to this image because we can zoom in way more with this one because it's so much more detail. The Phoenix have a natural predator, and that is the dragons. And that's because a dragon's stomach is so freaking ridiculously powerful that it can even digest an immortal phoenix. And the dragons love nothing more than to eat phoenixes. It is their absolute favorite. There will be a dragon stream eventually, but just so you know, during the Age of Freedom, one of the few things that could genuinely kill an adult phoenix was a dragon, and the dragons loved him. So the phoenixes of old had a very unusual strategy. They would actually go to volcanoes and magma fields, and they would exploit the fact that they can't die. So they would use their beaks to actually pull the magma and spin nests of obsidian glass. So the phoenixes, when they wanted to lay eggs and start to hatch, start to brood, they would actually pull magma from the lava fields using their beaks and collecting it and bringing it to the nesting mate. So many creatures would never even go near a magma field. The dragons might be one of the few creatures that would, but even a dragon doesn't exactly want to sink its mouth into a nest full of spun obsidian glass. It's basically a razor blade. So yes, the nesting habits of the phoenixes of old were fascinating and incredibly well thought out. The other thing is that the phoenixes could naturally set themselves ablaze. They had a special tooth within their beaks that they could click to essentially ignite their feathers. A lot of mythology and such considers that phoenixes are made of flame, but that's not true. It's more like a last resort, is that a phoenix will exploit the fact that they explode. Yes, phoenixes are very explosive, and when they set themselves on fire, they combust rapidly. But once they do, their original form, which was their prime, when they have their 25th birthday. That's another fun thing about modern phoenixes we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, they all celebrate birthdays on the same day. So as you can imagine, the celebrations are crazy. But yeah, so the Seraphs of old, whenever they felt like they were backed into a corner or really, really desperate, is they would kind of self-terminate. They would set themselves ablaze, which for most creatures would be enough to do significant damage. And if anything survived that, well, then you've got a fully resurrected, in its prime phoenix ready to fight. So yeah, the phoenixes had several methods to protect their nests. Let's see. Just want to read. There's dragons, dragon stream. Yeah, I know the dragons are going to be popular. I'm going to save them for a little bit later. Okay, dragons voring the phoenixes. Yeah, kinda. Let's not talk about the modern dragons, because they're almost as unpopular as humans. Okay, I'm not gonna give spoilers. I'm trying my best to not give spoilers to my other, the rest of my world, because I really actually look forward to doing these streams once a month and sharing bits of my world and drip feeding you this information. So yeah, the phoenixes of old were pretty metal. Imagine sticking your face in lava in order to build a nest. Yeah. Okay. Next song. Let's go with my background one. Okay. So yeah, let's go to the modern phoenixes, right? So being true immortals, as close to true immortals as mortal beings can get, because again, as we've learned, phoenixes can still die to dragons. They are vulnerable to certain magics. There are plenty of ways in which a phoenix can die or be trapped forever. There are a lot of horrific ways that things can go badly for people. Just because you can't die doesn't mean you can't die. And you can quote me on that. Phoenixes don't die when they are killed. Okay, sorry, that was a bad reference. Okay, so, interestingly enough, modern phoenixes don't necessarily have their own society, because when you no longer have to worry about death, your values kind of shift a little, right? What's the point in, building up wealth in, being stuck together, in as a group? And as a result of this, most phoenixes are nomadic. They are roamers. They want to explore, because the one thing that they have left now to do with life is to essentially gather experiences, to enjoy it. So whereas the Seraphs love to gather knowledge, the phoenixes love to gather experiences. They love to see things, to taste things, to enjoy things. They are quite what's the word? Indulgent in their experiences. I'm trying to keep the say so. So yeah, Seraphs love to just travel around and see things and entertain things. And as you can imagine, they often visit the Seraphs because while we might be a bit of the stuffy old birds to them, we still have a lot of knowledge and a lot of fascinating designs, like of technologies that we can make and such like that. Okay. Yep, they enjoy food. They love food. Phoenixes love it, especially the more exotic you can make it, the more excited they are to spend time with you. Okay. So yes, the Seraphs don't. I'm not Seraphs. The Phoenixes don't have a strict society of their own, but they're more nomads traveling around. But they are also extremely good at managing their wealth, because when you can invest for thousands of years, you can build up a lot of wealth, okay? And you can have a lot more experiences when you have wealth. It makes things a lot easier. So yeah, although they don't necessarily need currency, they most often when you meet a Phoenix, they're usually pretty good businessmen or barterers or hagglers or entertainers. They tend to collect a lot of jokes as well. Got to get them experiences. Yeah, Sakura needs to be bonked. We need the bonk stick. Okay, so this is what a modern Phoenix child looks like. And this art, as you guys probably recognize immediately, belongs to Lara. I commissioned Lara as well. So we got 2 commissions today. We got Vitch's amazing art. Vitch is not here today, which is a shame. She's currently sleeping because, yeah, shame. she really needed sleep today. So when you see this in the VOD, Vitch, I hope you had a good nap. Okay, so yes, this is what a Phoenix child looks like in the modern world. And as you can imagine, they are still extremely vulnerable to death as children. When they are born, and unlike Seraphs, they're actually not hatched from eggs anymore, so you guys can move on from that, okay? A Phoenix child is actually born, like, extremely pale, like, deathly sick pale. Like, and for most of their childhood, they look very, like, weak is the best word I can use to describe it, is that they always look like they might catch a bug or a flu or a cold and just fall over. But yeah, so the Phoenix children are very also plain in the sense that they have brown hair from their brown plumage from the ancient Seraphs. So they have brown hair. It's very uninteresting. They're very sickly and they're very pale. And also, because they are aware of how vulnerable they are, they often also dress very, very conservative is not the right word to use, but they try to bring as little attention to themselves as possible while they're during this period of time where they're vulnerable to death. So they will often wear hoods. They'll often have a bit of a shy demeanor because they are genuinely concerned for their life. But once they experience their first ever eclipse, which is at the age of 25 for all Seraphs, I keep saying Seraphs, for all Phoenixes, once they turn 25th, their hair will turn bright orange during the eclipse, and their souls will spin. And as a result of this, adult Phoenixes are a lot more flamboyant. They are a lot more confident because, well, when you can no longer die, you don't have much to worry about, do you? So yes, it is quite the transformation from child to adult. Obviously, they don't like flip a switch and go from this, but once they get past their first eclipse, their confidence most certainly starts to grow. So as you can see here with Lara's incredible art, an adult Phoenix is quite pleased to make themselves well known whenever they visit a town or an area, because it's practically impossible to spot. They love gold. They love to wear gold jewelry. They love to flaunt it. They put feathers in their hair. They collect jewels. And and that's another thing, right? Is that as they age, the closer they get to age 25, the more coppery their skin becomes. So eventually they become a beautiful tanned color that then radiates with their flaming hair once they transform. So they have quite an exotic look to them. And it's very, very fascinating. Whenever they visit places, they're often the talk of the town when a Phoenix drops by. So yes, they start off very sickly and pale and uninteresting and dull, and then they become something truly radiant. So yeah, that's why they're known as the one of the great birds as well. So yes, as you can see, they love gold. So yes, this is what an average adult phoenix will look like in Sorors. If you encounter one, it's pretty hard not to spot. As you can see, their hair often often like imitates the shape of their old wings. So yeah, they are that description. Yes. Man, the phoenixes are also really, really cool. A lot of my speech, like I've put a lot of time and effort into this world, okay? So I've thought about so many aspects, okay? And here's a fun thought, right? Is that many phoenixes, phoenix children, or well, young adults is more the accurate term, when they start reaching 23 or 24 or so, they have not a bit of a crisis, but it's more like they realize, oh my 25th is coming up. I need to do everything physically possible to make sure that I am in my ideal form before my first eclipse. Because remember, when a phoenix dies, they will instantly revert back to whatever shape they had at the moment of their first transformation. So a lot of male phoenixes, for example, will start exercising quite ferociously in their last couple of years before their first eclipse. So usually around the age of 20 or so is when they start going like really overboard to make sure they have like that perfect body. As well as the same thing for a lot of the female phoenixes as well. They will start like trying to work on what is their ideal version of themselves, and will start working very, very hard towards that, so that once they hit their 25th birthday, they know that they have an eternity of being pleased with themselves. Lara, gotta credit that copyright. Yes, this is Lara's art. So yeah, the sort of insecurity that they carry around as children often gets replaced by a desperate panic once they hit their 20s. Once they turn 20, it sort of shifts from nervousness to, oh crap, I gotta get a move on. So yeah, a lot of male phoenixes are often quite ripped. But again, they are one of the most I don't want to use the word vain, but they worked for it. They earned it. Okay, they earned it. Gotta love Jono misunderstanding chat. What did I misunderstand this time? That description. The hair looks great. I'm loyal to Zenai, so ooh. I designed all this, and Jono is like, yeah, their hair looks like wings. Yeah, they put feathers in their hair, as if he thought of it, even though I added that. Oh no, yeah, Lara, I love your design, and I'm using your various like design features to emphasize it. This is an example of an avatar. This is actually an existing character. Let me just get her name quickly. Just give me a moment. I've forgotten it now. Also, give me background music. Let's see. What did I call her? Shay. S-H-A-Y. So yeah, she's an actual going to be an actual character in one of my stories. So yeah, this is Shay. And yeah, I just thinking now, just for getting back onto my train of thought. Bird brain. Just a moment. So yeah, this is the art, and of course, Duck Friend. Hey, Duck Friend. So yeah, the phoenixes go through quite the transformation, and of course they have a lot of like similarities and parallels and opposites to the phoenix, right? It's like the phoenixes are the great owls of the snow, and we have immortality, but we can die, whereas the phoenixes are the other way around. They're of flame and spiritual magic and all of that jazz. So there's a lot of parallels and stuff between our two species, which is why we're known as the two great birds. What's this? All he said was brown-haired child, orange hair, and lots of jewelry. Hey, I said more than that. I gave you like a detailed description. I also gave you the description of the primal phoenixes that I gave to Vitch as well. 22, sad chill. 23, panic. Yeah, right? It's kind of like when you enter university and you're like, oh no, the rest of my life is going to be decided by the next couple of years. That kind of panic, but dial it up to 11. Basically. Wow, I just realized that now. I'm like, oh, yep, that's pretty apt. Snow owls and flame chickens. Yeah, basically. And no Chloe Crystal. So let's see. And that's, yeah, that's about it, really. The Phoenixes, again, they don't have that much of a society. I wanted the Seraphs to be very, very, like, complex and nuanced and how they operate and function and all that. And I wanted the Phoenixes to be the other side of that coin, where they are more simplistic, but still got a lot of, like, interest to them with the way in which they handle themselves. And the fact that they're nomads is a completely opposite style, where the Seraphs tend to gather together and form various schools. The Phoenixes, oh, right, I know what I can talk about. So, courting. So, what's it? Phoenixes can only have, like, a child once every 100 years. As you can imagine, being immortals, there are not a lot of them. And Phoenix children are very, very susceptible to viruses and accidents and all that kind of jazz. So there are only a few thousand Phoenixes across the entirety of Sorors, which is, again, it's not really enough to form a true society. So again, that's why they just tend to be nomads, because once they actually survive to adulthood, they don't have much else to worry about. So they travel, and there's not that many of them. So when you do meet one, it's kind of a big event as well. And they actually, most of them like to visit the Seraphs, because the Phoenixes can survive even at our highest altitudes. And again, there are dragons out there. And just because they might be humanoid doesn't mean that they still don't like Phoenixes. But we're not going to talk about dragons tonight. So yes, the Phoenixes often like to stay at the Seraph academies. They often visit. So there's a bit of give and take. You know, they tend to have a lot of wealth. We tend to have a lot of knowledge and safety. And unfortunately, we can't really take care of the Phoenix children. They're far too frail to actually handle those kind of altitudes. So yeah. Oh, what's going on here? Zenai courting Shay. Oh, sure. The 436-year-old courting the 25-year-old Shay. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But when Jono wants to have a little bit of romance with Arista, that's unacceptable. You guys are so mean to me. Why is Zenai okay with Shay? Huh? Why? Oh man, I love you guys so much. Please never change. Oh hey, Surgical. Hey. Yeah, today is a short stream. We've just gone through the whole backstory of Zenai and the Seraph Society, and then we finally got to the Phoenixes, which, even though this is their own stream, they've only gotten, like, what, 30 minutes? So, I'm sorry, but Zenai kind of dominates, if you get what I mean. She just took over half the stream. But I mean, can you blame her? She's kind of worth it. Oh, man. Also, yeah, I love the design that Lara went with the rapier, with the feathers, the wings on her rapier, as well as her hair. Like, Zenai, she's an absolute fighter, but she's not gonna cut her hair. Like, again, like, even though she's a blood-crazed marauder, she's incredibly cunning and aware of the politics and whatnot, so she makes sure to, like, uphold her appearances at all times. And the only time her mask slips is when she's actually in battle. And I think I might be the only being in existence who's actually gotten to see this face from Zenai and live to talk about it. Because most beings, when they see Zenai like this, they are dead. Wait. It's the way you made that sound was sus, Jono. What, the unacceptable? I thought that would be funny. I love her, Jono. What did I sub for? She should cut her hair. That would be hot. Well, I mean, you never know. That might happen in a story. That might happen in one of my stories. But yeah, the idea is that I wanted her to have, you know, she's wearing the same, like, clothes as the council would expect of someone of her rank and title. And she maintains her hair with a sort of level of elegance. But she's only doing that for the political benefits of it. She's playing a very, very cunning game. And I mean, she enjoys it, but the thing she enjoys most is stabbing people, so... So yeah, once she's finally able to let loose, she, as you can tell, just breaks out into that beautiful smile. So yeah, that is Zenai, and this is what's going on here. Is she's combining her wings, pulling in all the energy and causing a blizzard, on top of the amplification from the Kork clan's lightning magic. So she's yeah, it's basically a thunderstorm blizzard that's going on right here. Not many beings want to be caught in the middle of one of these. As you can imagine, the collateral was ridiculous. Zenai loves stabbing people. Yes, she does. Okay, so let's see here. What else? I'm just quickly going over the phoenixes in my head. So yeah, this is obviously a male phoenix having freshly dipped his face in lava to pull out obsidian glass for their nests. This is a nesting phoenix, so they've got 2 eggs there, which is actually quite rare. It's actually quite rare to have a whole clutch. It's usually 1 at a time. So yeah, to have 2 there is exceptionally rare. And of course, we've got a dragon looking in the distance. I'll give you a little bit of a clue, but modern dragons in Sorors will pay exceptionally good money for information on the whereabouts of other phoenixes. So yes, even after the Age of Freedom ended, the dragons are still hunting. They are still hunting. So yeah, we have the child form and then the adult form. So, does anybody have any questions about Zenai, about the Seraphs, about the phoenixes, about Shay? Any questions at all? Like, let's see what the chat is saying. Zenai's true love is stabbing people. Basically, yeah. That's her purpose. That's her purpose. She discovered that purpose when she killed that orc. Your world really has a problem with birth rates. Is there... Okay, no. That's not actually true. It's just that we started these streams with the 2 immortal birds, okay? So, what's it? Being immortals, our population rates have to grow very, very slowly. Otherwise, we would just take over everything. So, for the sake of balance, there needs to be slow birth rates, of course. So yeah, there's only a couple thousand phoenixes in existence in Sorors. 1 or 2 have slipped over into this world. I have no idea how they handle the lack of regular eclipses. I can imagine they are very, very, very relieved whenever an eclipse does happen in this world. Let's put on rainy. There we go. Okay. Like, is your story revolves around birth? No. It's just that I love world building, and a lot of cultures and societies actually place a huge amounts of significance on the beginnings of life, right? And there is nothing more important to the beginning of life than birth itself. So the way in which the different species in my world basically progressed during the Age of Freedom has a huge impact on when they were turned into humanoids by that huge event that humanity stuffed up for everyone. A lot of their like former traditions and their new societies were based on their more primal habits and instincts. So again, a lot of almost all of my societies are unique because again, the humans who remain trapped in Sorors are absolutely hated. They are not pleased at all. All the other beings, the Seraphs, the Phoenixes, the Orcs, the Dwarves, the Dragons, I'm not going to mention the others yet, but they all blame humanity for what happened. And as I mentioned during that voice acting stream, humanity was basically exiled to a single island so that they couldn't bother anyone else. Let's see. Am I allowed to draw spicy fan art of Zenai? Well, I can't stop you, but I won't be able to share it with others, obviously. But yeah, go for it if you want. Is Zenai accepting wife applications? She might be. I have no idea. All I know is that if you can fight and survive, then you could probably win her heart pretty quickly. Because if she can find a sparring partner, she would love that. Okay, let's see. Oh, why did I do that? That was so weird. Why did I do that? Okay, that was. We're not going to talk about what just happened because even I don't know why my face did that. Ring-a-ding says, I'm only here to lurk and listen, but I wanted to say I almost drew spicy Jono fan art with Sakura. Ah, wow. Wow. That one I did not see coming. That was a curveball. That was a curveball indeed. Well, I can't stop you. The whole of chat is like, what? It was a joke. I've been through a lot in life, so I'm an acceptable candidate. Hugh, fight me, Sakura. Oh, wow. Yeah, so what's it? Yes, thank you, Vitch and Lara, for the incredible art for today's stream. Does anyone have any questions relating to the lore? Like, what about the phoenixes? Vitch, yay, Vitch, welcome. I hope you had a good nap. I hope you slept well. Yeah, I was just showing everyone your amazing art. Like, I was just talking about how freaking metal the phoenixes are, with the fact that they can dip their face into lava in order to build their nests. And what's it? The chat is going crazy for the dragons, by the way. So you and I, we might have to have some talks on drawing the dragons sometime. But I know you're very keen to get to the succubi. Yes, there are incubi and succubi in my world, but they're not as unsaisoned. They're not as saisoned as you think they are. Again, a lot of the myths and legends on Earth are somewhat exaggerated or extreme or just plain wrong, like how seraphs are divine. So, yeah, we at some point I've been debating about this. Jono, do seraphs accept familiars? I would have to speak to the druids on that one. There are also elves and fairies. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. There are many, many beings. I am actually kind of excited to talk about the dwarves at some point. They have a very fascinating addiction to a particular flower. But again, we will talk about Nihilus root another day. Let's just see. Jono, stop. I can't take any more sexy women. Don't give me sexy demons. Well, you would be incredibly surprised. They're, what's it? The physical form of the succubi and incubi are almost non-existent. They're almost incorporeal. They're more mist-like, and they can sort of take over and possess people. But I don't want to go into the details quite yet. But yeah, they use spiritual magic, and they can kind of almost parasitically invade someone's soul and mind, which is why they always present themselves in the mind's eye as something incredibly attractive, because most beings are very, very, very stupid when it comes to something very pretty. So it's much easier to manipulate something if you appear incredibly attractive towards them. So yeah, the succubi and incubi are somewhat terrifying. It's almost like a liquid mist. But I gave you way too many spoilers there. Unhear that, chat. Unhear that. My incorporeal waifu. Hey, it can be anything you want. Okay, let's see. Succubus-chan, possess my mind and body and soul. Yes. So yeah, too many spoilers, dang it. But don't worry, they actually have their own society. As you can imagine, a society of parasitic demons is quite interesting. And there are, of course, more than one type of demon. I just don't know where Lara fits in. I will have to have a very long conversation with her off stream at some point. But I think Lara might come from an alternate dimension. Again, remember there's a multiverse and parallel reality, so I think Lara might have her own version of hell. Because my world doesn't have hell or heaven or anything like that. Sorors isn't like that. Sorors is its own singular world. So we might have demons there, but there's no hell or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Lara's not part of our lore. We just happen to cross paths here on Earth. Let's see. Jono, please tell us, what's the main plot? Well, here's the thing, right, is that this is an actual IP that I'm building up. So I plan on eventually writing all sorts of books, comics, games, films, animations. I want to build this up into a full-on franchisable IP. That's one of my life goals. Memory resonance, Jono Funk from this world. One of my life goals is to open my own multimedia studio, right? And I want to use Sorors as my main IP. I want to create an entire world that you guys could visit, that the seekers could actually eventually explore the stories and find out more secrets and things. And the fact that you guys here are basically the very first people in this world to kind of get an idea of what's going on. When you guys get to read the first books or play the first games or whatever, you'll notice a whole bunch of Easter eggs thanks to these streams and like dots, and you can connect the dots and things. Like when you see a very red-headed, copper tan skinned being in the background, you'd be like, that's a phoenix, that's a phoenix, there's a phoenix. Stuff like that. Jono, when you write these books, please record the audiobooks. Oh no, absolutely. Again, I have another project. I have way too many projects, but I want to, one of these days, I'm going to do a full-on hybrid audiobook / visual novel story series on YouTube. So it will be a novel with narrated characters with different voices for each character as well as a narrator, and then also partially animated with the almost visual novel style. So I plan on doing that's actually one of the first things I want to do once I open up my own studio, is I'm going to make a hybrid audiobook visual novel for YouTube. I kind of just told you guys one of my biggest secrets ever, but yeah, let me know what you think of that. Because then you can, if you want to, you can just listen to it, or you can watch it, or you could just download the book and read it, whichever way you want. Let's see. Imagine me having a full shrine of Zenai. Oh yeah, Zenai is most certainly going to play a role in one of my first books. Lol, that's what I'm going to say to people when they ask me what's the main plot of my OC universe. Well, you know, I'm building the IP. You don't have to call me out like that. I told you, I have a story with Connor, remember? Thomas and Connor. Thomas and Connor. Remember the two humans? I want my first book to actually be from the human civilization, and they travel out to what they call the Savage Lands. Yeah, I know, very, very politically insensitive. But, I mean, again, they're humans that have been cut off from our world for a couple thousand years. So, yeah, that's what they call basically the rest of Sorors. So, yeah, essentially, Connor is going to be exiled to the mainland. And that's where he's going to go on adventures. He's going to meet various characters and societies and such like that. And there's going to be a huge big plot point because, again, there's rising tensions between the humans trapped on their island that has reached max population size that needs to expand. And obviously the rest of Sorors doesn't want the humans to leave their island. So there is a massive conflict brewing. Hello, my name is Connor. I'm an android sent from Cyberlife. Yeah. I'll change the frickin' name, you guys. Miname, I have 2 commissions to finish in summer. How about after that I finished a comic I started? There, I'm still waiting for the OC lore. I know, right? Lucinda is such a cool character. I love the fact that what happens to her when sunlight hits her body. It's so awesome. I'm trying very, very hard not to acquiesce said idea. It's so cool and it's so original. Yeah, Lareth, I love it. Okay, so does anyone have any other questions relating to what we discussed today? Because otherwise, I might just wrap it up now. Again, I need today to be a short stream because I actually have to go into work like an hour early tomorrow. Bleh. So I gotta wake up extra early. Oh, it's not about Lucinda. Rip. Oh, you mean devil VTuber lore. Yes, more of that too. Both. Lara, why not both? Why not both? Both are good. Both. I also want to know, like, did Cerberus ever catch that third ball? And is he still chewing on them? Yeah, I bet like a year from now, Lara's just going to drop an animation where she's like asleep in the human world, and then you're just going to see like a wet tennis ball drop in front of the camera, and everyone's going to be like, oh no, Cerberus is going to fetch her. No, not that one either. One of Lucinda's sisters. He did in the video, Jono. Oh, so he did get the third one. Ah, excellent. Okay. The other OC lore? Yeah, Lara's got a lot of OCs. Okay. So I think that's basically it for the stream then. Everyone's been wrapped up. No more questions about what. It looks like the Reddit link got stuck on my stream for the entire stream today. That is unfortunate. I did unpin it, but Oh well, it's buggy. It's buggy. That's what happens when she leaves for Russia. Ah, right. She gets fetched by Cerberus. Right. We gotta bring her back. Like, chat, we gotta get together and get Lara back here to Earth. Okay. Let me go to the library and change song. So, background. Today was very cool. I may doodle Zenai and cry on the corner. Yeah, sure. Please, I love fan art of like anything. Like if you feel inspired, that means the world to me. Oh. Wow, I'm an idiot. Apparently I didn't unpin it. Can I unpin that now, please? Huh. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. It took me the whole stream. Ah! Okay. Zenai Booba. Yeah, she has the Booba. Pain. Thank you. Hurts. Thank you, chat. Oh well. Well, I mean, we could talk about them. Like, what's it? I've heard about a certain VTuber called Selene that is very, very, very popular. So where do I fit in on the lore? So yeah, when I got my 4th pair of wings, and that's another thing, is I noticed nobody asked me what my purpose was. And I'm not telling you now because I had to mention it. So, you guys will never know what my purpose is. Although I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Okay. Yeah, so the first book in my series, I want to actually follow a human protagonist because, again, humans don't have magic, right? So they're one of the weakest beings there. And it's not going to be like some cliche anime thing where it's like the power was inside you all along. No, I actually want a genuinely fragile human to be thrown into this absolutely crazy world. Let's see. Okay, pay my rent for an extra month and I'll go back there. I can't wait to hear more lore. Can't wait to draw Zenai. Wait, since book 1 is about... Yeah, what's it? Jono Funk is most likely not going to, like, participate in any of the books or media. Because, again, I'm here on Earth. So, if I do ever appear in media, it would probably be like an Easter egg. Like, when I get my animation studio up and running, like, I might add myself there in, like, the background in, like, a crowd scene just for the eagle-eyed viewers. But, canonically, I'm trapped here on Earth until I can get at least until I can get enough feathers. So, let's see. Sun. But my god, Jono, stop hiding the lore. Never! There is so much lore. Being dumb is his purpose. I will have to think of an answer to come out. Hey. Okay. But Lara's not entirely wrong. She's wrong about the dumb part, but what's it? My purpose is kind of related to the fact that I need to make people laugh in order to get my feathers back. So you guys can think about that for a little bit. You can think about that. Why do I get my feathers back from making you guys laugh? Okay. So, 30 years from now, there will be a big budget live action movie of this franchise. That's what I'm aiming for. I want to have something like the Tolkien estate, but for Sorors, like the Sorors estate that then gets passed on to my children. That would be amazing. Okay. I'm up for it, right? Yeah, I know, Fred, you really want me to do the orcs. You really want me to talk about the Orc Society. We touched on it a little bit today. But yeah, what's it? We got chat wants dragons. You want the orcs. What's it? Somebody here wanted the succubi. K Red, Jonathan cameo scenes. Exactly. Jono himbo. No. That's most of the Phoenix males, right? They're mostly himbos because they were like, oh crap, final. It's my 25th year birthday now coming up. Gotta get those muscles. But yeah, speaking of which, Seraphs, when they fight, yeah, they can still set themselves on fire and explode, by the way. So it's not like meat and blood everywhere, but it's more like a literal fireball explosion, and then there's like a hunking freaking muscular dude standing there. Like, yeah, that's something I didn't mention was when the humanoid phoenixes self-detonate, they basically are sort of standing there, usually naked, because, well, yeah, it burns practically everything. There are very, very few metals that can actually survive the sheer amount of heat that an exploding phoenix can give off. But tungsten might be one of them. And some dwarven metals and magics might also be capable of restraining a phoenix despite that. But it is extremely hard to keep a phoenix pinned down because they can explode as many times as they want. Jono, don't you tell us your purpose like every stream? Kinda. I didn't actually give you like the specific word for word what it is, but you guys are sort of figuring it out. Mithril, no. That's Tolkien's patented stuff. No, there's no mithril in my world. But yeah. Jono himbo confirmed. Yeah, I'm 40 kilograms. I don't think I can qualify as himbo. Jono isn't large enough to be a himbo. Yeah, I'm 175 centimeters, so I'm like exactly medium height. And I'm 40 kilos. So yeah, lightweight. Miname just wants to marry Zenai. Yeah, good luck with that. We don't know if he's ripped underneath his coat. Well, I do take good care of myself. Like, I do make sure that I exercise daily and such like that. So I'm well defined. Wait, why am I even talking about this? You guys don't need to know this. Athletic slim is probably the best word to use. And yeah, I never really lost my six-pack. Okay, imagine Jono exploding like an egg. No, Seraphs don't explode. Phoenixes explode, okay? And, yeah, Phoenixes are born like humans, okay? They don't actually have, eggs like Seraphs. That's another big difference between us, okay? Go away. Jono might be a twig. His bones are hollow. Yeah. Miname, you might have to fight me for Zenai's #1 simp. Mithril. I'd do anything for... You're a twig. Wow. Ray, don't worry, Ray. I like you, buddy. 40 kilograms. Yeah. What's it? Canonically, memory resonance, Jonafunk from this world is like 65 kilos. So, Jonafunk from Sorors, 40. Because, again, gotta remove that bone mass. Lara, it's the hollow bird bones. Yeah. Lara ate my son. You got dragons in your world. Yes, there are dragons. That's what the phoenixes are terrified of. Like, dragons, both the primal dragons and the modern dragons really want phoenixes. So Seraphs have... Sakura. I'm not going to answer that one. Oh, thank God. I thought you actually weighed 40. No. Jonafunk of this world is a healthy 65. Again, like I said, I do work out. I am athletically slim and my muscular toe is toned. Like, there's definition there. And no, I don't lay eggs. Jono will have a kid when he is 100. 2 years from now? Oh, actually, no. My 99th birthday is in basically a month? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and a bit weeks. Guys, we got to celebrate my 99th birthday. What are we going to do? What do you guys think I should do? Is that a Sunday? Yeah, it's a Sunday. Should I do like a 12-hour stream or something crazy? What would you guys... Yeah, guys, please... come up with some crazy ideas. I definitely want to like maybe do another call. I think that's going to be next week's Tuesday stream. Is we're going to do a radio call because we had a couple of people who didn't make it onto the show. So yeah, next week Tuesday we'll have another radio night. I was like, Jono weighs more than me. Miname with her god predictions. Let's go. And we will see the eggs. Oh, Miname. Ever since you predicted that Rocket Doom, everyone now thinks you're a god. Miname with a god prediction. Mini Jono. What is Jono's height? 175 kilos. 175 centimeters. So divide that by 2 in order to get pounds. Wait, just a moment. Also, I'll change song. Let's go with this one. What is 175 centimeters to feet. I think it's like 5'9". Oh god, the cursed face. Ah. Yeah, it's 5'9" tall, and let's see, 65 kgs. Ah man, I'm always doing this. 2 pounds. So canonically, the Jono Funk from this world is 143 pounds, whereas me from Sorors, come on, is 88 pounds. Very, very lightweight. Let's see. Jono reacts to our pet pics on stream. That's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. That gives me another idea. Yes, okay, I'm getting ideas for my birthday. Let's see. Minime, let's go, girl. Jono height. Jono reacts to our pet pics. Units are all over the place. Yeah, his face. Jono rates bird nest and okay, wait. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. Jono Seraph. 65, 40 kgs. Brackets. 88 pounds. 165 centimeters. Brackets. 5'9". Whoops, nope, that's wrong. Boop. There we go. So, Jono is shorter than me, says Sakura. Why y'all so tall? He's 5 centimeters taller than me. Metric system. Yeah, I know. Jono, you're about an inch shorter than me. How tall is Jono in feet? Yeah, 5'9". I am insecure. No, you shouldn't be ring-a-ding. What's it? I don't understand the obsession with the numbers, really. Like, you can't exactly, like, choose. So there's no point, like, stressing out over like, numerical values, right? Why you gotta be 4 inches taller than you? Ring-a-ding, it's okay to be short. Yeah, exactly. Like, shortness has its advantages as well. I met a giant once, and yeah, even the humanoid giants in my world, they are still really, really freaking tall, and they bump their heads on the door frames every time they walk somewhere. Like, most of the time, they sort of like now reflexively duck, but even then, sometimes ducking is not enough, and they go bonk, and they end up like having a permanent bruise on their heads from constantly bumping it. Yeah, also, it's quite useful in crowds, but not so great when you're like in a carriage. Let's see. K Red says, you better shut your mouth and not snitch on me. No way am I taller than you. Don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Okay, I'm guessing that's a song. With the musical notes. So, yeah, I think I got those symbols right. Is that how the Americans do it with the comma or the inverted commas? Like, the 1 comma is for feet and the 2 is for inches, right? Is that it? This thing over here? Hope so. Hope so. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, what's it? Seraphs are very easy to yeet. Like, if you just grab us by the collar of our clothes, you could yeet us pretty far. Oh, okay. Yay, I'm learning American. Soon I will now spell everything without using the letter U, and I will add Z's to my S's. Yeah, what's it? A seraph is very, very easy to yeet. Oh, look, there's the snail. There's the snail. It's arrived. Hi, snail. All right, everyone. Wait, Jono breaking like a twig. Yay. Ah. Again, remember, if you mess with a seraph, or at least one that isn't an ulcera like I am, our wings are very dangerous, okay? Okay, so yeah, today's stream was a lot of fun, and what's it? I'm so happy that you guys loved all the art, from Zenai to the Phoenixes to Vitch's art to Lara's art, all of it, and the stories as well. So I'm looking forward to doing next month's stream. I haven't decided which species I'm gonna pick. I'm actually thinking of letting Vitch have a chance to pick this time, because I did say when we started this that, I was gonna like give her a rundown of a whole bunch of different ones, and then she could pick one, whichever like she was most interested in doing next. So yeah, now that I've done the 2 great birds, which is the main ones I wanted to do first, I'm gonna let Vitch choose the next species to cover. And then after that, I think I'll let the chat vote. So yeah, Vitch, you can pick the next one. I'll chat to you later about it. So Thursday, my suffering and doom continues. We are at 100 plus. What was it? 102? 108? 106? Can't remember. I'm gonna have to check. But yeah, we're at 100 plus deaths in Doom. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're nearly at the end, I think. I hope. I really hope. And no more rocks, Miname. No more rocks. What color are they? Color of what? Exactly. I'm scared for August 10th. Yes, August 10th will be the radio show again. Also, now that everyone is here, Detroit becoming human wasn't my fault with the crashes. Turns out Nvidia's drivers are causing everyone on PC to crash. They have released a new driver. I have downloaded it. It has helped significantly. I did a whole bunch of tests on those levels that were crashing before, and it's only crashed once for me. So I'm going to continue, but if it turns out to be a nightmare like before, then I might have to put Detroit Become Human on pause until they can fix it. But I have done everything possible to like clean up my computer and all of that. There was one other thing. I've forgotten it. This is why you play on consoles. Well, I have a PS4, but yeah, I mean, I got it on Steam. It's not my fault. They are fixing it. They are fixing it. Also, it wasn't the tilted chat, okay? It wasn't the tilt that broke everything. And yeah, I think that's everything. So I'll see you guys on Thursday for my Suffering and Doom. Hopefully, we might even be able to finish it. I doubt it, but I'm hoping. Thanks everyone for coming by today, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye. And it's no longer tilted. One day I'll mute my microphone.